So we're about 1 month away from the MLB draft, and as you know over on my channel, I love to do a lot of draft coverage. The 2020 MLB draft was my first time actually doing any sort of research and content on the draft, and because it was COVID times, I was super into it. So this is reacting to the grades I gave for every team during the 2020 MLB draft. Let's see how bad my first grades were for the first MLB draft I honestly ever really cared about. And if you like to see this kind of content on the channel, me going back and looking at my old videos and reacting to the bad takes I had now, let me know by dropping a like, as well as tell me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. But first, I gotta give a shout out to today's sponsor, SoRare MLB. This is the best way to play fantasy baseball, and it's absolutely free with the opportunity to win amazing prizes as well as VIP experiences that you just can't get anywhere else. Click the link in the description, sign up for SoRare MLB right now. Again, it's absolutely free, helps support the channel as well, and you can start having what is legitimately the best fantasy baseball experience. So let me go ahead and show you exactly how I play SoRare. You guys can compete against me, see if you have a better team, better cards than what I've got going on. So you go onto SoRare, create or log into your account, click on SoRare Pro, and it'll give you the opportunity to sign up for competitions starting on June 7th, ending on June 10th. Once you get into the competitions tab, you click which one you want to join. I want to go into the limited champion because there's some money as well as some boxes that can give me better cards, and you just fill out your lineup with the players you want to rock with. So I have my team now. I'm going to go ahead and confirm my lineup, and now I'm all set up for the next game week. And just by doing this, you have the opportunity again to win amazing prizes and VIP experiences. So again, make sure you click the link in the description down below. Sign up for SoRare MLB right now, absolutely free. You can choose to spend money on there, get better cards, or you can play this game not even putting $1 into it. Thank you to SoRare for sponsoring today's video. Wow, look at this. The old setup, the old apartment, the Tatis and Jabari Blast jersey behind me. I looked so skinny. Not that I think I look fat by any means, but I could probably lose a couple pounds. All right, it's not about what I look like. It's about reacting to these grades, so let's get going to them. All right, here we go. Getting it started off with the Diamondbacks. This, I agree. This is a really good draft. There are 3 major leaguers right now. Okay, let's see what grade I gave them.
Obviously know how much I like to pick.
I didn't know how to say his name either. God, that was so bad.
Fantastic pick. Slade Cecconi's also going to be a starter in the majors at some point. Got really nice stuff. Good on.
I was right.
Miami.
I was right.
Norris is a left-handed pitcher who's a little bit of work in progress, but
Still
I like
going.
a lot of the guts in this guy's stuff. Vukovic, Brandon, the guy whose name I can't pronounce.
It's Vukovic, not Vukovic. What the heck?
Giving the Diamondbacks a grade of A.
Okay. We gave them an A, and listen. Bryce Jarvis, Slade Cecconi, major league pitchers. Brandon Pfaadt, looking like a pretty good young one. AJ Vukovic, I don't know why I said Bukovic and put Bukovic on there. That's incorrect. Vukovic, really good in the minors, has put up some good numbers. Not sure what Liam Norris is up to, but I'm happy with A. That's a pretty good start thus far.
For the Atlanta Braves.
Okay, Braves.
In the draft. Jared Schuster,
did I know about Spencer Strider? Did I know?
Spencer Strider and Bryce Elder. Now, I'm not very high on the Jared Schuster pick. I don't think he's
I was
one
right.
of the best. I don't think he's one
I was
of the
right.
worst. I see where the Braves could see
I was
some
right.
potential. Personally, to me, not the guy to take in the first round. Jesse Franklin, one of my lower-rated outfield prospects in the draft that were taken.
Yep.
Kind of an all-around player, but doesn't do anything
Okay, not looking too bad yet. What'd I say about Spencer Strider? I'm so nervous.
Spencer Strider is a guy that you need to see a little bit more of. Didn't see a lot of him at Clemson. And Bryce Elder's an interesting pick, but just
I'll take it.
That makes me jump out of my seat.
Oh, I gave them a D. Yeah, I mean, Spencer Strider, one of the best picks of that draft. To be fair, there wasn't a lot of footage on Spencer Strider. It was almost impossible for me, as someone who was doing the research from at home, watching videos, to get much of Spencer Strider. There wasn't a lot of him out there. Bryce Elder, like low-key, isn't very good, but he's made the majors. This was a major miss. 3 major leaguers on this. Jesse Franklin, I don't think's gotten to the major league level, but Mets bias. There I am.
Baltimore Orioles, number 2.
Okay, Orioles.
This year. Didn't get
I know.
Like
I'm gonna pause this. I know I hated the Orioles draft. The only pick I like, I know here is gonna be Kobe Mayo. I was not a Jordan Westburg guy. I was not a Heston Kjerstad guy. Again, this was my first draft. Laugh at me. Have some fun. We learned a lot, but I was an idiot.
Heston Kjerstad, I thought it was a big reach. They then followed it up with Jordan Westburg, who, as we know, is one of my worst first-round picks as well. Did not like that pick one bit. Hudson Haskin, I'm not on the hype train for
Don't know ball.
Haskin.
I don't know ball.
Video, though, interesting player. I think he could be a nice little piece at some point. Kobe Mayo, though, is an absolute steal.
Bang!
He's one of my best
Nailed
picks
Kobe
in the draft,
Mayo.
one of my
Nailed
favorite
it. Nailed it.
prospects.
I knew that. I remember
is
that.
Actually a really interesting player as well. So for me, the Orioles, while they didn't start off hot, and these players are still good, just not necessarily my
C+.
favorite.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably in the B, A range. You got 3 major leaguers. Kobe Mayo's coming up anytime soon. He's a stud prospect.
Give them a C+. I still think that they got a lot of value, just not necessarily.
This
as
is hard to watch.
Boston, Red
Okay,
Sox,
Red Sox. Nick York, Blaze Jordan. Those are the 2 names. So let's see.
Off not having a second-round pick. Nick York in the first round, was it a reach? Yes. But was that pick able to help them get a guy in the 3rd round who's really like a first-round prospect in Blaze Jordan?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Of those 2 first picks, Nick York can swing the bat. Blaze Jordan can swing the bat. Jeremy Woo Yelland, he's an interesting little left-handed.
That's fair.
reliever
I know
type
nothing about him still. Haven't heard anything.
With their last pick. I love the first 2 picks. I'm okay with
I think Shane Drone's on the White Sox.
Give them a B- rating.
Probably not a B-. Nick York, I think, has struggled a little bit more of recent. Blaze Jordan, really a man without position who can swing the bat, but I think he's even struggled a little bit this year. I mean, listen, 4 years later, not, I know.
A lot of exciting players. Ed Howard, shortstop from Illinois. They kept
I really liked Ed Howard.
I
really liked him.
First round, a lot of talent defensively, needs to build that hit tool.
Yeah.
He's so young, so
and
raw.
Burl Calloway,
or
Caraway.
Caraway is a
what happened to him?
Seriously might be able to put into their bullpen in 2020.
Yeah, I thought that was the thing that was going to happen.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Jordan Logo, crazy. No.
He's a massive human being, but boy, is his swing ugly. Luke Little, though, another massive.
Did I really just say, boy, is his swing ugly? What was I doing? Why was I being so mean?
Human being throws gas.
Shout out to me knowing Luke Little, though.
And then
shout out Luke Little, my boy, follows me. Okay, B- or B+? Probably not. I mean, Luke Little getting that value in the 4th round is good, but the rest of these have been major misses.
Put them at B+. I think they have a lot of guys.
Not great start for your boy right here. Okay. Oh, I think I hated Garrett Crochet too.
Second round, Jared Kelly.
I think I didn't like Garrett Crochet. Jared Kelly's been terrible.
Cade Meckles and Bailey Horn.
This couldn't have been a good one, right?
A little bit on the fence with those guys. Jared Kelly, we know. I said I'm very high on him. And Garrett Crochet is another one of those guys who's going to fly through the minors, come up very, very soon. Some people are comparing him to Chris Sale a little bit in the same type of build, the same type of throwing. To me, I'm not as high on Garrett Crochet as others. Okay. I can understand that. Player, so I'm going to give the Chicago White Sox.
Hey, redemption. Yes, I actually thought I was so negative about Garrett Crochet. I thought I like injury issues, which I technically wasn't wrong. A B+. Garrett Crochet is a stud. Okay, Mark. Spitting. We're spitting. We're back. We're back. Oh, no.
Got the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, no.
Had a really solid draft.
Yeah, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Big hitch in his swing, but
I was right about Austin Hendrick.
He's going to be scary at the
high ceiling, low floor.
Christian Roa, right-handed pitcher.
Roa's been great. Roa's been a really good prospect. Someone who is probably going to be a major leaguer at some point. I want to know what I said about Joe Boyle.
Maybe I'm not as high on, but I'm also very critical of catchers. Bryce Bonnin, love the stuff coming out of that kid. He's got an electric arm. So for the Cincinnati Reds, they're going to get.
Wow, I gave the Reds an A for this? I didn't even really talk highly about a lot of their players. How in the world did I give them an A? Listen, Joe Boyle, major leaguer, traded to the A's. I don't know how I gave them an A, actually. What was I thinking?
The other Ohio team
okay, definitely didn't like this draft. Definitely hated this one.
Tucker pick. I think that's a crazy
I was right about Carson Tucker. I'm not happy to be right, but I was.
So maybe they know something I don't know. Tanner Burns out of the University of Auburn, solid right-handed pitcher. Logan Allen, a nice left-handed arm who I see more as a reliever, but maybe he can be a back-end starter kind of guy.
Hey, I've been kind of right.
I like to think of him as like Pete Crow Armstrong light. Milan Tolentino, a nice little shortstop to add to Carson Tucker. Needs to get a little bit better at the plate, but he's got great hands. And their last pick was Mason Hickman. Well, I didn't like.
This is gonna be a C, right? C. Ooh, B-.
So I'm gonna give them a B-.
Whoa,
rating.
I'm surprised about that. Honestly, didn't see that coming at all. Okay, Rockies. I love Zach Veen. I love that pick. Yeah, there it is. I knew I would. He's taking a little longer than we thought, probably, but he's still really good.
Going to be hitting bombs in Colorado for
I hope so, Colorado.
Drew Romo, who is one of the top-rated catchers in the draft. Chris McMahon, who may not have necessarily the overpowering 99-mile-an-hour stuff, but this kid can pitch. He is a straight-up pitcher. Sam Weatherly, an interesting left-handed
genuinely don't know any of these other guys. I think they're not very memorable.
Keeping it local. And the final pick was Jack Blomgren. For me, I love what the Rockies did at the start of the draft. They went like one of the best.
I'm gonna give them a B as well, right?
One of the best pitchers, like command-wise. So Rockies get a B+ for
me.
B+, okay.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. There's probably still time, but I don't know about
Detroit
that. Tigers with Torkelson. Yeah. Look at Cole Keith. Did I like Cole Keith? Did I like Cole Keith? I might have.
Dylan Dingler, who's one of the top-rated catchers. Now, while I might not be high on him, there are a lot of good things to like about Dylan Dingler.
Okay.
Danny Cabrera, outfielder from LSU, they took next. A lot of comparisons to Brett Gardner. I see the swing. I think he's a better player. Trey Cruz, like this pick.
That was crazy. Why do I say that?
Numbers, but I'm not a huge guy on Gage Workman. Cole Keith, though, in the 5th, that's a really good pick.
Oh!
Going to be a solid player.
Your boy nailed Cole Keith. Said he's gonna be a very solid player moving forward. Dude, I do so much better, I feel like, in the late round picks with the guys that I like, as opposed to saying the guys I dislike in the first round. Whatever. B for them. We're on to the Astros, though. Okay, let's see.
Second with their first pick in the draft. Nice right-handed.
I don't think I gave this
seen a whole lot of him
a high grade, right? Ty Brown, Zach Daniels, Shea Whitcomb. I think I like Zach Daniels.
Got a weird arm to me. I'm not very high on this guy.
Probably a C or D.
They took Zach Daniels, who's an interesting prospect. Power like crazy. He has a plus hit tool. Just consistency-wise, he needs to get there a little bit more.
I don't think
To
I give
me,
him a
the
good grade.
Astros, one, didn't have a lot of picks, and what they did with them, there was no guys who I'm like, yo, this guy's special. So I'm gonna give the Astros a D.
Oh, man, a D? I mean, not wrong. Not wrong. I don't think any of these guys are doing anything. Why did I say yo in this video? Who did I think I was? Saying yo? I was, what, 2020? This was June 2020, so I was 24. I was an animal. All right, Royals. Oh, I know I loved Asa Lacy. I know I was a big fan of his. Yup.
The best pitcher
that
in the draft,
hurts.
in my opinion, didn't matter where. He dropped them all the way at number 4. That's fantastic. Nick Lofton was their second pick. Very safe, very conservative. Whit Merrifield like volume 2 almost.
Oh,
Ben Hernandez,
I mean,
I'm not as high on.
I'm kind of right on Nick Lofton.
Nothing jumps off the page for me with him. Tyler Gentry, outfielder. Christian Chamberlain, left-handed reliever. He's going to come in pretty quickly, be effective. Got some good stuff out of the pen.
I think Will Klein's
Will
pitching
Klein.
now
To
in
me,
the
Asa
majors.
Lacy is a great pick. At number 4, that's awesome. That's going to really be boosting the grade for me. That's why I give them a B.
Oh, man, Asa Lacy, that one hurts so bad. The arm injuries. The arm talent on that kid was ridiculous. That one sucks.
Angels. Only
I
4
think
picks in the draft. First
I
round,
liked
they
it
went with
though.
left-handed
I think I
pitcher
liked
Louis
Werner
Louis.
Blakely a
Detmers is
ton,
going to
which
be as
that was a
good of
miss.
sure thing as you can probably find
For
in the
now.
draft. He's not going to be a Clayton Kershaw ace type dominating for 10 years, but it's pretty consistent that he's going to be a solid pitcher in the majors.
Reed
Patrick
Detmers.
Corbin type guy in my eyes.
Fair. Good call, Mark. Good call.
Not as high on him. He's a really good athlete. A little guy. Good athlete though. Werner Blakely was featured in my best picks of day 2.
Werner Blakely was my guy.
He's
Yep,
a really
I knew
exciting
that.
shortstop prospect out of Michigan. And then Adam Seminaris. To me,
I think
the
Adam
Angels could
Seminaris
use
was
a few more
traded.
Picks, but we know they made.
Would I give him a
like
B?
Anthony Rendon. I like the first and the third pick, and then the second and fourth are still to be determined. So for me, that gives
A
them
B.
rating.
Okay,
The
that's
other LA
fine.
team up next, the
Dodgers.
LA
Okay,
Dodgers.
I
They had a
love
ton of picks
this.
in
I love their
and they
draft,
made
I
them
think.
worth their
Yep.
while. Bobby
Wow, this was actually a sick draft by the Dodgers. Oh my God. Bobby Miller, Landon Knack, Clayton Beeter got traded to the Yankees, but he's going to be a major leaguer, and Gavin Stone. This was a gross draft in 2020. Wow.
Miller in the first round, live arm.
Loved
He's got
Bobby
some
Miller.
electric
Was
stuff
always
out of the
about him.
University of Louisville. I'm sure the Dodgers will make him great. They then took Landon Knack, who's a bit more of a relaxed pitcher. Doesn't have that A+ stuff, but his command.
Just kind of right about Landon Knack. Kind of right about Landon Knack.
Texas Tech, another guy who's got some exciting
Clayton
stuff on
Beeter.
the mound. A little bit more. Of a work
Okay,
in
I like
progress.
Jake Vogel a lot.
who's
I
one of my
remember.
best picks from day 2. He is
Did
going
not
to be
hit.
someone you
Did
need
not
to keep
hit.
an eye out for. Circle him. He's
Like,
gonna be
literally
great.
and
And then with
figuratively.
The last 2 picks, they took Carson Taylor and Gavin Stone, who I'm not as high on, but that's expected as they are lower picks. To me, the Dodgers, really solid draft top to bottom. I give them a B.
Wow, I only gave that a B+. I mean, I guess I wasn't hip to Gavin Stone then, so that makes sense. But I like their first 4 picks, and I gave them a B+. What was I thinking? What? If I could talk to 24-year-old Mark, I'd tell him a lot of things.
Very, very close to A, though. It was like right on that border.
Why would you not give it an A?
They took
Ooh,
pitchers. It's
Marlins.
not obvious what their plan was. Got started with the number 3
So,
overall
I think
pick. They took
there's
Max Meyer, which was a bit of a
3
surprise.
major
He's
leaguers
one of the
here,
top
right?
pitchers on
Max
the board
Meyer,
without a doubt.
Kyle
I think I had
Nicholas,
him ranked like 12.
Jake Eater will get
Crazy
there
high
eventually.
ceiling on him, but there's also a chance that maybe he doesn't pan out and he becomes a reliever. Still, though, I like the pick of Max
I like
Meyer.
Dax
think it's
Fulton,
good.
I think.
Daxton Fulton is one of my favorite
Yep,
left-handed
I knew I liked
high
Dax
school
Fulton.
pitchers in
He
the
just
draft.
can't avoid
dropped
the
a little
injury
bit. He
stuff
would've been a
either.
first-round talent because he had Tommy John surgery recently, so there's a little bit of that concern, but he's got some filthy stuff.
I
Kyle
probably gave them a
Nicholas,
C,
all
I
these guys
think.
are arms. Zach McCambly has some stuff to work with. I don't think he's as surefire as some of these other guys, but again, he's taken later. Jake Eater, not as high on him. He's probably like my least favorite pick in this draft by the Marlins.
He still hasn't made the majors,
Kyle
Jake
Hurt, a
Eater,
nice,
so
like,
fine.
solid
Did Kyle
right-handed
Hurt?
pitcher out of
Oh,
the University of
Kyle
South
Hurt's on the
California.
Dodgers,
They really
right?
call USC one school. That's my school, the Gamecocks. The Marlins clearly had a plan.
Whoa!
They were going pitching.
Give
they were
them B+?
going heavy, and they got a lot of really.
The reasoning behind giving the Marlins a B+ and the Dodgers a B+ makes no sense. How did you guys watch my videos? I feel like I was really stupid.
Good arms.
Whatever. I mean,
The
it worked, I
Milwaukee
guess. It's got a lot of
Brewers,
views.
Tough on the Brewers, but today Brewers fans, you got something to be happy about.
Ooh,
Kinda like their draft.
I like the
Garrett
Brewers
Mitchell in
draft,
the first
okay.
round, he dropped right into their laps. I think
I
that's
did
a
like
great
Garrett
pick.
Mitchell
He's
a
guy
lot,
who
for
maybe
sure.
needs to
He just needs to
develop
come back
a
healthy.
little bit more consistently, and there are some concerns because he is a type 1 diabetic, although I don't get it. I think that shouldn't have a big impact on his draft status. A lot of people had him ranked inside the top 10 players in the country this year.
I
Top
did
10
as
players in the
well.
Draft. For the Brewers to get him where they got him, I think that's a great pick. Freddie Zamora was a weird one. I don't like this pick one bit. They took Xavier
kinda
Warren,
right.
who, shout out to him. He commented on my video. called him
Xavier
one of the best picks of
Warren,
day
oh
2.
my God,
Joey
yes.
Weaver's interesting. Big power, fast, good athlete. Doesn't really hit consistently. So I like the idea of him. Let's see what the Brewers can do. And then Hayden Cantrell, who you might know because he does a little
That's
bit of
right.
YouTube. Pretty good player.
That's
So
right.
for
I
the Brewers,
forgot about Hayden Cantrell. He was doing YouTube in college. I think he was Louisiana Lafayette, Raging Cajuns. Joey Weimer, shout out to you. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all that kind of stuff. He's a stud. This was, I think this is a pretty good grade. B was pretty solid.
Revolutionary, groundbreaking type player, but they got a lot of
I
really solid guys.
mean,
Would love to
listen,
see them
I was
get some
right.
pitching,
I was
though.
right.
Why are the Brewers so anti-pitching? What's going on? Minnesota Twins.
Okay.
Weird draft.
It was a
Start off
weird
with Aaron
draft, yep.
Sabato, who is basically a first base DH kind of guy in the first round. Good hitter, lots of pop. They then went with Alaric Solare out of the University of Tennessee.
I don't think I gave this a good
outfielder
grade,
who, again,
right?
has a really really good swing possibility. A lot of pop in his bat. They followed it up with Marco Raya, who is actually a pretty decent looking pitcher out of high school. I like what they got there. And then
I legitimately don't even have a memory of what this would be.
Lackluster. Wasn't crazy
C?
about him. I think the Twins had an opportunity.
It's gonna be a C, right?
Guys, and they ended up going
C
elsewhere.
minus. That
So
checks.
for me,
I can get behind
C
that.
minus. The New York Mets.
Mets. All right. Let's see what I gave my New York Mets. I'm even addressing it. So on this, Pete Crow Armstrong, obviously a major leaguer. JT Ginn, no. Isaiah Green was traded for Francisco Lindor, worth it. Anthony Walters, no. Matt Dyer, no. Eric Orza, traded. I think he's gotten to the majors maybe once, or he's pitched a little bit. Let's see what I gave them.
A+, because I'm biased. But no, I'm being fair to the Mets, as I always am. Pete Crow Armstrong in the first round, not one of my favorite prospects, but obviously he's definitely a first-round talent. All-around good player.
That makes sense. Of course I didn't like PCA at the start.
JT Ginn in the second round, who has the first-round talent. It's just he recently got Tommy John. Isaiah Green, an outfielder that they took next. Ooh, the ceiling's high on this kid. He has a nice left-handed swing. I
missed on Isaiah Green hard on him. Well, I did say potentially, to be fair.
So that's kind of what makes some sense there. Matt Dyer plays pretty much every position. Caught a little bit. Outfield, infield, wherever you need him. Great athlete. And then Eric Orza at the University of New Orleans, pitcher. I kind of like that pick too, but there's a lot of high risk, high reward. I
think a B's fair. Pete Crow Armstrong's a major leaguer. They did miss on pretty much everyone other pick though, so maybe more C
type stuff here with the Mets. I'm gonna give them a B. New York Yankees.
Yankees
only had 3 picks. They made some moves. You know, Garrett Cole kind of loses them a pick. They got Austin Wells in the first round.
I forgot about this.
First baseman / maybe corner outfielder Kyle Schwarber, essentially out of the University of Arizona. I actually like the pick. I think that's pretty good. Trevor Hauver was the next pick, and it's okay. Not groundbreaking, not shaking the world. And then the last pick was Beck Way, who I haven't really been able to find much on.
That's fair.
For those reasons, I can't give my full opinion on him. One of the few guys that there's not a lot on in these drafts. For me, the Yankees, just like a boring draft, pretty safe. C. I don't think it was
probably harsh. We now know Austin Wells is a major leaguer. Beck Way and Trevor Hauver, I think, have been used in trades each. Maybe not Trevor Hauver, but I think my Austin Wells assessment wasn't too bad. But yeah, they just didn't get a lot. The 2020 draft was weird.
It was bad. I don't think it was good. Heading out west to the Oakland A's.
Ooh, I know. I think I gave them an F. I think I gave the A's an F. Let's see, because I did not like Soderstrom at all.
One of the best prospects in the draft. I haven't been high on this kid from the start, so I didn't like that pick in the first. Jeff Criswell was their next pick out of the University of Michigan.
Who's Jeff Criswell?
I don't think anything jumps off the board.
I have no clue who that is. I don't know who these other 3 guys are.
Georgia Tech, who I think actually a really nice bat. Just haven't seen a lot of him in the field, so I
don't
know he's like out there in the outfield.
Who are these guys that I'm talking about?
Like the under the radar pitcher of the
I kind of remember Dane Acker a little bit.
You got some big arms out there. Dane Acker's a pitcher. Hopped around from a bunch of different colleges, but I think he's going to be pretty solid. For me, the Oakland A's, you missed in that first round. Second round was okay. Third round was good. Fourth round was good, but nothing like really
C+. Okay. I honestly thought I was going to give him an F because I did not like Soderstrom. Okay, Phillies.
Abel in the first round, probably one of the best right-handed pitching
prospects
I mean, Abel's
looked pretty good. I think I really liked Casey Martin too, if I was right.
He's going to be scary in the future. They then took another one of the best picks of day 2 in Casey Martin out of the University of Arkansas.
Casey Martin has not hit.
Play a bunch of different positions,
not at all.
He can swing the bat.
No, he can't. He hasn't done it.
Third pick, live arm. And they finished up with Barron Radcliffe, who kind of looks a little bit like Ryan Howard. He posted a picture the other day. A couple interesting picks. A couple guys sort of.
What was that comment?
I'm going to give the Phillies a B+ rating.
B+? Wow. I hate the Phillies. I give them B+. Look at me being a non-biased person. All right, we got a few more teams here. Pirates.
First pick for them was
what did I say about Jared Jones? I'm interested to know what I said about him. Oh, man.
Hits for some good pop.
This will be super interesting.
As well. I call him a different version of Keston Hira. Carmen Mudzinski out of the University of South Carolina, who, of course, I'm going to have some bias for. I don't care. I think this guy's going to be really good. I love what I'm seeing out of him from the mound. Was because he hadn't been a starting pitcher.
What am I going to say about Jared Jones?
I want to see a little more out of him. Jared Jones, pretty interesting pitcher. Nick Garcia, pretty interesting pitcher. He's got some good stuff.
Okay.
Pretty interesting pitcher.
Wait a second. Was I hip to Jared Jones? Was I hip to Jared Jones? Oh my God. Listen, I was expecting some way worse takes. I'm so glad that a lot of these players that have worked out, I actually was not against, because this is when I would be mean for no reason to these draft picks. It was stupid.
Padres got one of my favorite players.
Yes, RH3, Robert Hassel.
Great first
round. What do I say about Owen Casey?
Competitive balance round. They went Justin Lang, big right-hander out of high school.
I hope I like Owen Casey because he's a cool prospect.
They followed up with Owen Cassie out of Canada, big left-handed hitter, outfielder. Cole Wilcox.
Nah, he didn't say anything.
I thought he was a first-round talent. He went in the third. Levi Thomas, Jagger Haynes, both good pitchers in the late
I'm gonna give this an A, right? Yeah, I knew I was giving that. I was such a big Robert Hassel III guy. I knew I was giving that an A.
Get an A. Great job in the draft. Staying in the National League West, we got the San Francisco.
Did not like this draft. What am I going to say about Kyle Harrison? I'm worried I'm going to say I don't get it, that I don't think he's good. That's my worry. Let's see.
Giants,
I know I didn't like
started in the
Patrick
first round
Bailey.
with another catcher, Patrick Bailey.
Well, I think I
He
liked
is
him.
the best catcher in the draft, in my opinion, in most people's opinion. Great defensively.
But
So
I
that
think
probably leads you to believe that Joey Bart might be a first baseman down the line. Casey Schmidt in the second round. Not very high Casey Schmidt, not gonna lie. They then went after Nick Swinney, left-handed pitcher at NC State.
I thought I
and Jimmy
was more
Glowinski
negative,
at
actually.
Baptist. Jimmy Glowinski, great name. I think he's an okay little player.
Great
Nick
name.
Swinney, to me, feels like almost Gio Gonzalez.
Give me
like,
Kyle
never
Harrison.
going to be
Please
like
give
an
me
ace.
Kyle
He could
Harrison
be a
was good.
Solid guy at the back end of a rotation to eat some innings. Kyle Harrison, a really interesting left-handed pitcher.
Yes,
High school
yes,
in
yes, yes,
California.
yes,
I
yes.
love his stuff. He
Oh!
has the potential to be really special.
Bang!
Dabovich,
Bang! Don't ever dab on camera again, you loser. But Kyle Harrison, let's go. We're dabbing one more time for it. Okay, very nice. I'm super happy I nailed Kyle Harrison. I actually don't remember that at all. It's crazy how much goes in and out. All right, Mariners. I loved Hancock. Pause. Don't take that out of context.
Super good stuff.
I think I like Zach DeLoach a lot too. Did I like Connor Phillips? He's now on the Reds, right?
Right-handed arm. In Polkovich,
Okay.
Picked like this one. Tyler Keenan, he's listed as the third baseman. He's a first baseman, let's be honest, from Ole Miss.
I'm gonna give this a
And then
B
Taylor Dollars,
plus
a lot of people are
is my
excited.
guess. B
Mariners,
plus.
pretty good
Ooh, B
draft,
minus.
average,
I'll
B
take that.
minus.
I'll take
St.
that for the
Louis
Mariners.
one of the best
Cardinals.
drafts
I
in
love
baseball.
Jordan
Gotta start off
Walker.
with Jordan Walker, who is
Hey,
going to be a product.
If you look at this draft, their first 4 picks are Major League Baseball players. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive by the Cardinals. This should be an A. If this is anything but an A, bad grade.
Exciting high school prospects in this draft. Massive kid, massive.
I know
power.
Walker's
Let's see him just build
stinking,
that
but
swing
that's the
up
Cardinals'
and
fault. He's
get a little
awesome.
more athletic in the field. They then took Mason Wynn, who throws heat. He needs to learn how to pitch a little bit, but you know the Cardinals know something about some guys who throw heat. Jordan Hicks is doing pretty well.
I thought he was going to be a pitcher. Whoa!
Another really exciting right-handed.
Tink
arm.
Hens!
Bang!
Bang!
Carolina. Levi Prater, Ian Bedell, 2 solid arms, and they finished it up with LJ Jones V. Pretty much all these picks.
LV Jones. What are these? Yes, I gave him an A. Good job.
Interesting draft.
The Rays, okay. I definitely didn't like this.
High school, not a lot to see about this guy, but all the numbers, all
I
the
haven't heard about
analytics,
Nick
they tell you he
Bitsko
could be something very
since,
special.
I
Didn't
feel
like
like.
the pick of Alika Williams. Didn't make sense to me that.
Honestly, shout out Alika Williams, Major League Baseball player. I thought there was no shot. He was just a good glove. He really couldn't hit. Good for him.
For a guy who really can't hit at all. Ian Seymour out of Virginia Tech just feels like someone the Rays are going to turn into another star. That just feels like their type of player. Hunter
I don't know
Barnhart,
who he
pitcher
is
out of high school in
anymore.
California. He's
I don't know who
interesting.
these guys
Another
are
pretty
anymore.
fun pick
Tanner
from the
Murray,
Rays.
I
And then
remember.
went Tanner Murray, who is one of my lowest rated players in the draft. Not very high.
That's
on him.
probably
And
why.
finished it off with Jeff Atkinson.
Okay.
Overall for the Rays, B-rated draft.
Give that a B?
Last 3 teams here in today's.
Ooh, okay. I did not like Justin Foscue. Did I like Thomas Sajazi? Did I like Dakota Roby? Did I like Evan Carter? I know I wasn't a Foscue guy. That's a miss on me.
Video,
I hope I liked Evan Carter. I hope.
Oh
no! Oh no!
Justin Foscue. I don't understand that pick one bit. I think I ranked him in the 40 or 50
Oh,
range.
no.
I'm not high on Justin Foscue.
Oh, bad,
Call me crazy,
bad, bad.
That's fine. If I'm right, I'm gonna take credit for it. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. Evan
Tell me I'm
Carter's
wrong.
Probably my favorite guy that I took in the draft.
Woo.
Outfielder out of Tennessee.
Evan
I like
Carter.
seeing that. He's
Nice.
a big
Yes,
6'4"
Evan Carter.
out of high
Yes.
school. And then
Okay.
followed up with Dakota Roby, who I'm like, Dakota Roby, okay. I don't really see like this plus stuff out of him. I don't know how good he's really gonna be. Followed it up with Dylan McLean. They went with
Yikes.
a bunch of high school guys here. They went very, very young after going Foscue in the first round. And then their final pick was Thomas Sagiz. I'm not
Not how
very
you
high on
not how you pronounce his name.
most of these
Sujazi.
guys. I'm a bit of a doubter.
Sujazi.
I'm a hater. Texas Rangers D. One of the
Oh.
worst drafts
Oh, this one's bad. That's a bad grade there. Okay, let's move
not
on.
be worse
That's
than baseball.
terrible.
North of the
My
border,
God.
Toronto Blue Jays, fantastic draft.
yeah,
Yes,
I
it was
liked Austin Martin a
number 5. He
lot.
fell right into
He's-
their lap as much as
I mean, he's a
thought
major
they should
leaguer.
take Zach Veen. It's because I didn't think Austin
He's a
Martin
major
would be
leaguer.
good. You take Austin Martin,
But
great friggin' pick. They then followed up
hasn't
with
been
CJ
great.
Van Eyck, who's one of my favorite right-handed pitchers out of college in this
No.
draft. Trent Palmer was their next pick. He's a relief
Dude,
arm.
this
He
is
could be really
this is a
good
bad
reliever.
draft.
With
Who
Brasso,
are
another
these
relief arm
guys?
to me.
Who are
They do
these
reliever
dudes?
type stuff,
I'm gonna
and
give them an A,
Nathan Seth
right?
written for what feels
I'm gonna
like
give them an
movies,
A.
But he's actually a pretty good player in the 5th. Overall, I give the Blue Jays
How?
literally getting all the
How did I give them an A? I'm listening to my explanation. It doesn't even make sense. You guys watched me? I mean, thank you. I appreciate you. But what was I doing? Man, COVID did something to this brain up here.
And CJ Van Eyck in the first 2 rounds, like that's fantastic. That's such a good job. And then last but certainly
Okay,
not least, is
I
the
knew
World
I
Series
think I
champions
love
of
this
2019
draft.
Washington Nationals, who had a phenomenal draft.
Yes,
the
yes,
best
yes.
draft in my opinion.
Okay, so I know I like Cade Cavalli. I know I like Cole Henry. I'm interested to see what I say about Mitchell Parker. because obviously he's a major leaguer now, and I loved Sammy Infante, but I don't think he's made it.
Cade Cavalli in the first round, stud. Love Cade.
Loved
Cavalli.
Cade.
His stuff
Still
is
do.
Crazy
He's awesome.
Good, crazy heavy fastball. Just he's filthy. Cole Henry in the second round, filthy stuff.
Cole Henry was
Heat.
good.
The first two guys I mentioned have already been mentioned in both of my best videos thus far in the draft. The next guy, Sammy Infante, also mentioned in my best video.
I love the Nationals draft.
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of Infante. Holden Powell, reliever out of UCLA, one of the best relievers in college baseball the last
Haven't
year.
heard of his
He's got
name
some
ever
good
again.
Going to be coming up through the minors pretty quickly, I would think. Brady Lindsley, catcher out of Oklahoma. Not
No
a lot
clue.
to see there, so I'm not sure.
What'd I say about Mitchell Parker?
On him. And then Mitchell Parker, a very interesting, very exciting big left-hander out of JUCO. I would love to see what the Nationals can mold him into, because we know that they are phenomenal at pitching. Overall,
Wow.
Nationals, best draft of them all. A+ rating. Love the Nationals draft. So
I mean, listen, that's the end of the video there. I was kind of right about Mitchell Parker too. Listen, I did this, haven't watched this since I made it, honestly, and I thought I was going to do a lot worse. There were some bad misses for sure, but overall, this was not the most embarrassing reaction video I've had to do, because I usually pick the Mets to win the World Series. I'd like to know if you guys want to see more of this content on the channel, me reacting to my old draft videos, rankings, whatever it is. Let me know in the comment section below, as well as dropping a like on the video to show the support. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the content coming at you. Follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc. Links are in description. That's where I'll wrap up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.